This is incredible, honest to God, for everyone to show up here tonight. And certainly want to thank everyone that works here. What a great place opening this up. I mean, now I got another place to come, have a drink after work, so I'm looking forward to that too. But look, it's really awesome to be here. And, I've got to tell you, I've been itching to get back out on the road and back in rooms like this one because this energy is incredible. And obviously, there's so many of you that I've known for a long time, getting a chance to catch up, and then the people I don't know, having that opportunity to meet you for the first time is an honor. It really is. It's something that I think about a lot. Think about people putting their trust in you. I think about making sure that you deliver for people, how important that is. And look, I can't tell you how much that is in my heart, that this is a big deal. There's a lot at stake. There's a lot on the line, and I think about that a lot. I think about how important it is to deliver for people I care about, people that are having a challenge in this state and in this country. We launched the campaign obviously pretty fast. Did not see this coming the way it worked, and boom, a week into it, I got COVID, which knocked me on my ass for a while. But I'm been positive negative for like 10 days now, so we're good, and I am feeling good, and I'm ready to go.
Stay positive.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Well, shaking hands a lot and stuff like that, but I'm going to keep doing that. But from here until November, you're going to see a whole lot of me, and I have to, because I want to make sure that people know exactly what I believe in, what I stand for, and how we can make that change. I keep talking about solidarity being not just a word, a lifestyle, and how there's more of us in this state and in this country that deserve a different government than we have right now. And I feel like incredibly inspired by that finally, for what seemed like all of my life, I've been waiting for a moment like this, and I never really thought it would be me, and I still don't think it's going to be me. Like, as far as it's us, that really is what. So, the background, a lot of you know I'm a fifth-generation logger. They're even calling that into question, which is really ridiculous. But from Allagash, and, I grew up in a family of loggers. And I went to work in the woods when I was pretty young. And for years, I did the hard work. I did the dangerous work alongside people who did everything that they could, everything that they were supposed to do to play by those rules. We worked hard. We took care of our families. We tried to take care of our families. And we played by their rules. And still, it seemed the harder we worked, the further that we'd get behind. And that still even wasn't enough. They wanted more. The companies had all the power, and when we spoke up, nobody listened, including Susan Collins. She was 2 years into her first term back in 1998 when we made the dramatic, well, at least I felt the dramatic move to block the Canadian border for a week. They expected us just to shut up and keep our heads down, which is what happens to working class people. Just suck it up. And too often, we do that. And now we're at the point where people are working 2-3 jobs. There isn't enough hours in a day for everybody to make the money that they need in this economy. And we're losing our life. We're losing our family. I've spent now I talk about this, but you all know the same thing. I know it's generational, but I've just lost so much of my kids' life that I'll never get back. And it breaks my heart, and I watch other people doing the same damn thing. And it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be that you couldn't spend a little bit of time with your family, your parents, whatever. Maybe you spend time by yourself. That's okay, but we're on this wheel that never stops, and that's where they want us. And when we did that, it was because we just thought that we needed to be seen. But everyone knew in government what was going on, and when we organized, we stood together, and eventually, they had to listen to us. And really, that fight changed my life. I mean, I look back on that, 29 years old. I just wanted to make a living. I just wanted to provide for my kids. But really, my eyes were opened up to how wrong this world is for all of us. And that's something that I've never forgotten. Working people, we're not powerless. They want to make us powerless. They want to make it so that we don't get out of line, that we don't take any chances, because when we're like that, they have us. They have us exactly where they want us. And that's really why I got into politics, because I was sick of that and mad as hell at how things were going. And since that time, we have made some progress. I see Brother Matt Beck here, state rep, who's got on the labor committee where I was all my time. I see a bunch of people from the UAW that stood up against one of the biggest public institutions in the state and made real change. I mean, these things are happening, but they only happen when we stand together. They only happen whenever everyday people get out of line, and it's tough. I know how hard it is. I've watched it my whole life. People that didn't have much but couldn't afford to lose that. But now they've gone too far. They've made it too damn hard, and people that have everything to lose are getting out of line. They are stepping up. And I'm telling people across this country, this movement that's happening in Maine, the fact that so many people show up on a Wednesday night, to hear a guy talk from Allagash, I mean, that's not about Troy Jackson. That's about the issues that are affecting all of us, and we're not going to stand for it anymore. And so, somewhere after that border blockade, I figured out that, maybe I wasn't very good at many things, but what I was good at was not being afraid to stand up and fight back against the people that had the power and influence. And so now I'm putting that theory to the test. Power and influence like I've probably never felt ever before. People that are billionaires, multiple billionaires, that want to keep things the way they are. They want to keep Susan Collins, who votes 96% of the time with Donald Trump, gives them their tax breaks, takes away our health care, takes away our medical system here in Maine. I mean, it was tough enough as it was, but now we're watching birthing centers closing all across the state, hospitals closing, nursing homes, and it's going to get worse, and they want it that way because, again, they keep us in line. And I'm just sick and tired of having that happen. They get all the breaks, and this race is about changing that. This weekend I was back in Aroostook County because my oldest son is going to have a baby daughter, my first grandchild. And I think about making sure that he doesn't have to, fall in the same trap that I did. And all of your grandkids and all your kids. And this weekend I saw some signs, not a lot, in Aroostook County, and that said, Collins, our senator. And I thought, well, that's great. But what I really thought about as I watched those is, what? It may say our senator, but it's our time. It's our time to change it, and we are going to change it. And we're going to change it together. You know, I've said this a lot in the past. I don't need to be standing out in front. I don't want to be standing out in front as opposed. I want to be standing side by side with people that know what it's like and fight for the things that we deserve. And we're going to do that in this race. Because why? Because we're not from the left. We're not from the right. We're from the bottom. And we're rising. But look, there's a bunch of other stuff in this that I probably should read, but I'm not going to. It's a good speech. But more than anything, like, I just want to tell you that I am so appreciative of people, you know, coming out, helping, you know, because we can. I mean, we can win this race, and we'll do it together. And I really, really believe that. This is not about Troy Jackson. It wasn't about Graham. It's about making sure that we have health care. You know, we have prescription drugs, child care, nursing homes, housing, access to abortions. I mean, you know, something that I'm very proud of. You know, the list goes on and on and on. And they say that we can't have these things here in the United States, but we can have wars in Iran. You know, we can have $70 billion going to rogue agencies like ICE that murder people right in our streets. You know, tariffs that make no sense, ballrooms that make no sense. You know, all these things that are ridiculous, but we can't have health care like every other country in the world. You know, we are going to change these things. We're going to change them together, and I mean, you'll never know how much I appreciate all of your support. You know, if I haven't got a chance to talk to you yet, I'm going to stay here, and every one of you will get a chance, because I'm running to work for you. And the people that run away whenever hard questions and stuff like that, then they shouldn't run. You know, they should be. They have no business running. And so I've always understood that this is about representing people, and I'm going to be representing you while she's representing the billionaires. So thank you.